What's going on, folks, and welcome back to the Duck Roost Podcast. I'm your host, Alan O'Brien, and per usual, I've got my oldest son, Cade O'Brien, with me too. And we're also joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Kason, Wildman O'Brien. What's going on, boys?
Nothing.
Not much.
Got both my boys here on the podcast. Kason just wanted to be on the podcast. He kind of had a little part last time, Cade, and I think he got the podcast itch.
Yeah.
Now he wants to be a part of the podcast, which is fine. If he can be here, great. If he can't, oh well. But teal season, excuse me, these allergies cleared my throat, coughing. I think we all kind of coughing and hacking a little bit. Teal season 2022 has came and went. It was about average, number-wise. Overall, it was about average.
Yeah.
How did it go for you as a individual solo first-time hunter?
Not that good.
Not that good. You only killed one. Yeah, we killed as a group, as a black belt waterfowl, as a group. We killed 14. Dad killed 13 of the 14. Kason, he was with me on the last hunt. You were gone to the Alabama game,
Yeah.
so it was just me and him. And it was perfect, man. He was fussing, if y'all remember, on the last podcast. He was like, I ain't got no duck bullets. I ain't got no bullet. We didn't have any steel shot or bismuth for his 410. So got on the horn, made some calls, purchased some, or ordered some Boss 410 shells. Got 2 boxes of Boss for old Wild Man. Some number 7s. Number 7 shot Boss for him. 3-inch number 7s. And, man, we're sitting there. We set up for daylight, ready to go. And we have 4 teal come in. Light in the decoys at 15 yards now. 3 minutes before shooting light. And I'm like, oh, man, there's no way these birds are going to sit here for 3 full minutes till shooting time gets here and let him shoot them on the water. You know, some people frown on water swatting. I don't care. I think it's awesome. I love it. I promote it. You know, like Michael Waddell's got Can't Stop the Fly Up. I'm kind of like Can't Stop the Swat. I love it. I'll swat one in a heartbeat. And I know you will too. So Don't be too proud. So these teal come in right there 3 minutes before shooting time. And I'm sitting there like, God. Kason, I told Kason, I said, go ahead and get your gun up. You got your gun up ready to go. I'm watching the clock. I'm like, he's going to get the first shot. You know, let him do the water swatting. And then whatever gets up and flies away, I'll take my shots then. So we sitting there waiting. Dave's watching the clock. Shooting time comes. The ducks are still on the water. Ain't they, Wild Man? Mm-hmm. You got your gun up and tell everybody what you did, how it went. First time firing at a duck. Tell us the story.
I missed a duck on the water.
Missed a duck on the water. Wild Man missed a duck on the water. A water swat at 15 yards. 3-inch Boss number 7s, missed. Technically, you did not. You missed the live duck, but you smoked a decoy. I don't know if you got them confused. Couldn't tell which was which because they were sitting right in the middle of the decoys.
I have no clue. I saw his head peek out and I shot and then I don't know what happened.
Yeah, well.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. But you successfully murdered a decoy, blue-winged teal decoy. Luckily, it was a lifetime, so it didn't affect it one little bit. And that number 7 shot and that 410 is so small you can't even tell it was hit. You can if you study it, but so that's a wrap for teal season 2K22. Now we are Dad is in big duck season prep mode. I've been doing a few things. Y'all probably don't know because y'all been in school. But what you pointing at? You in big duck prep mode too, Wild Man? What are you prepping for? What is big duck prep for an 8-year-old? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Getting ready for mallards to blow a head off.
Getting ready to blow a mallard's head off, he says. Yeah.
I don't know what.
We got a trip coming up. You know, in November, so we still about a little over a month and a half away on that trip. We're going to scratch out, which I'm calling them, I kind of consider those hunts bonus hunts.
Yeah.
because our season's not in here, so it's a bonus hunt for us technically. But I hadn't decided, Wild Man, if you're going on that trip or not.
Wow.
Dude, we were in the blind.
I can stand up to the bird.
It ain't got nothing to do with standing up and shooting. We were in the blind the other day. We got the teal decoy set up, and 5 minutes before shooting light, what did you say?
Nothing.
You said, "Can we pick up? I'm ready to go."
When me and you went, no, I didn't.
No, you didn't the day me and you went, but when it was me, you, and Cade,
Yeah, because we saw nothing.
it wasn't even shooting time yet, and you was asking, could we pick the decoys up? You was ready to go.
Shooting night.
No, it wasn't.
It was like
Cade, was it shooting time yet? No.
It was past it because I remember that I saw the sun to come up, and then
Well, just because the sun's up don't mean it's shooting time yet.
Yeah, it does.
No, it don't.
Yeah, it does.
So, I don't know. I just don't know if you can handle a week on the road with no Wi-Fi.
Not on a week. We're not going to be driving for a week.
We're going to be gone for 7 days.
For what?
We're going to be gone hunting for 7 days.
Where?
And the place we're staying, there's no Wi-Fi. There's no TV. There's nothing. There's nothing to do but eat, sleep, take a bath, and hunt.
And go outside.
And that's
You
it.
gotta do outside.
And take my podcast stick.
So, I don't know. We'll see. You might go. I don't know. We'll see.
Probably sleep.
Yeah. So, I know one thing that I did not get to do this year that I was kind of wanting to do. And in case y'all listening, y'all have figured out we really don't have a topic tonight. We're just kind of discussing some things that have happened and things are coming up, things we want to do. So, really don't have a topic. But this is kind of a round table discussion with me and the boys and our duck adventures and things we got coming up. But anyway, like I was saying, one thing I had planned to do this year, and I don't know if you even remember me talking about it, and I may not even told you. I had planned to, like, give the boat, my boat, the duck boat, the Assassin, a makeover. I was gonna take it off the trailer, have it completely reprimed, painted. Trailer was gonna be sandblasted,
You
repainted.
saying something about the trailer. I don't remember you saying it. About
Yeah, I was gonna do the boat too. While I had it off the trailer, I was gonna redo it, and which I didn't get around to. Ended up working so much I didn't do it. So that is the plan for next year. I'm going to redo the trailer. Which the trailer's gonna get rewired between now and the season because I got a short somewhere. I got to get that worked out. Versus trying to find a short, we're just gonna put all new lights on it.
I thought you're getting a mud motor for it.
No, I think I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna buy a mud motor for that one, for that boat. I think I'm just gonna wait, and I'm gonna buy me a whole new duck rig in the next few years, and
Like
I'll
when
either
he's gone and it's just me and you.
yeah, and then I'll probably just give Cade that boat and motor. No, you won't
I'll
be.
be 16
you
by
won't,
the time he's gone.
no, you won't.
10.
So anyway, I don't know. I've been saying for the longest time I wanted a War Eagle boat with a gator tail, but I done about decided I think I want a Pro Drive.
What's a Pro Drive?
It's just a mud motor and boats. But anyway, so that being said about what I want to do to the boat, I think I'm going to leave the carpet in the floor, but on the upper deck, I'm going to put that hydro turf because we need something up there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to put some hydro turf on it. Going to redo the light bar, nav light system, all that. But we're a month and a half away from season now. Well, almost 2 months away from season now. So it's not 2 months. About a month and a half. It comes in here on Black Friday.
Month and 3 weeks.
Yeah, it comes on the 25th. Comes in here November 25th, which we won't be here. We'll be on the road. But anyway, so that brings up something I wanted to ask you. You've run your boat a few times before season and during teal season. Is there anything you want to do to your boat now that you've run it? You've been hunting with it some. Anything you want to change? You want to add? You don't like?
No.
Everything's
I
good?
don't find anything wrong with it.
Well, I'm not saying like
I
nothing
know.
wrong with it,
Yeah.
but like anything you want to add, like your nav, you having problems with some nav lights, navigation lights, everything's good there.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, cause I know your old boat was my pawpaw.
Yeah.
It's an old boat, and he had cut one of the seats out of there because he's got bad feet and he can't walk real good. So he used to run trot lines a lot, and diabetic, can't feel his feet real good. So he cut one of the seats out of that aluminum boat and put a plywood floor in there so he wouldn't have to step over that seat when he was running his lines and getting in and out of the boat and worry about falling. So, but he put that plywood floor in there. I didn't know if you had maybe thought about putting some carpet on that or maybe some hydro turf or.
No. I'll just probably leave it plywood.
Yeah. Well, how about your motor? I know, when we first got that motor, tell people about the motor. You tell them, you don't have to talk about the boat, but that motor, that was a kit, right? You ordered that kit and we built it. You built it mainly. I helped you a little bit, but tell the people, about what you got on there.
It is a Mud Skipper Twister, 16 horse.
16 horse Mud Skipper Twister.
Twister.
And it's not really a surface drive,
No,
but it's not a long tail,
it's like
and it's not an outboard.
It's like
It's like a hybrid.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's got a shaft on it, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's not a straight shaft. Like it's curved. It's
Yeah.
crazy looking. But so what all come in that kit? Because I really don't even remember.
It was the shaft, the mount for the transom, and then the motor.
The motor did come in the kit.
The motor came with it.
Because I know, like some of those mud motor kits, all it really comes with is the shaft and the prop, throttle cable, that kind of stuff. But it doesn't come with the motor. You have to buy a different.
You can buy just the kit with all that stuff and not get the motor, but they sell the motors too.
You got the whole, the 100% all in one box kit.
Yep.
Smart move.
What is turf?
Turf? What is turf? Like that stuff we're talking about? Hydro turf?
Oh,
That's some stuff that goes in the floor of your boat.
Is it like that sandpaper stuff?
No, it's kind of like carpet, but not. It's made for boats. It's called hydro turf.
Oh.
Anyway, so that motor. So we got it put on the boat, and you had some issues with it. Tell about the issues. We got it mounted on the boat, and the first time we took it out for the maiden voyage, we had some issues with the motor. What was going on there?
We found out it was cavitating.
Yeah, it was cavitating, and we couldn't figure out why because it's a mud motor. Like we adjusted the trim on it. It's got a manual trim, like a bolt basically, a piece of all thread with a knob on it. And I adjusted that thing. Cave was running it, and he couldn't ever get it. I was like, well, so I just kind of took over, captain of the boat, and trying to see what I could do with it. And then I trimmed that thing up, down, all the way, and just couldn't get it to keep cavitating. It didn't matter what you did. You could give it about, how much throttle do you think you could give it?
Maybe a quarter.
Yeah, maybe a quarter of the throttle, and it would run fine, but you couldn't plane off.
Yeah.
And you try to max the throttle out, and it was just blowing out, cavitating like an outboard does if it's trimmed up too high. So I was like, what in the world? Didn't know what we were going to do. I don't know what was going through your head, but I was bummed out for you because it wasn't working out. And all I could come up with was maybe the boat was too heavy for it. So I don't know. But we got online, or I think I got on the Mud Skipper website, and I saw that they made a cavitation plate for that motor. And I was like, well, that's really a one-shot thing. You can try it. If it works, great. If it don't, we're going to have to figure out another motor situation to put on this boat. So you ended up getting one of those.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you?
Works just fine now.
Works like a charm.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I told you. Of course, I know your papa, your granddaddy. He was out there on the pontoon boat that day we were running, and he saw what it was doing. And I told it, and he was like, I don't know. I can't remember what he was saying. What he was saying. What he said he thought it was doing. I don't remember, but I told him. I said it's cavitating because it acts like it's blowing out, like it's not getting any water. So it's crazy how just adding that little piece of like a cover basically is all of a cavitation plate is.
I thought that was Big Daddy that was saying that.
Well, they were both out there. Big Daddy and Papa were on the pontoon boat that day. But it's just crazy how a little old small piece of stainless steel hood pretty much goes over that prop with two U-bolts.
Yeah.
That thing runs like a dream now.
Yep.
So you took that thing out doing a little, I don't know if you were doing some scouting or if you were just taking the boat out because it was a little bit of freedom. I got my boat license now. I got my own boat motor. I'm 16. I'm driving. I'm hitting the river. I'm gone. And you were a river rat there for a little while, running up and down the river every day after school.
Yeah.
So, how shallow of water have you had that thing in? Where you didn't have to? Have you been in the boat driving it and had to like got stuck, had to push it out of there?
No,
Not yet.
I've got it shallow water.
Shallow water.
Like really shallow water.
By yourself or
No, me and Patton already got it.
you and Bender?
Yeah.
And y'all didn't have like how shallow is shallow?
You could maybe 6 inches.
6 inches of water running,
Yeah.
wide open. Have
Well,
you
it slowed down.
slowed
but
down?
I never had to get out and push.
What I want to know is have you been in that shallow of water and been stopped and tried to take off in it? Would it push it or did it push it?
I think it probably would. I've seen their videos. People are doing it all the time with their motors.
Yeah.
But I think it probably would.
Yeah. Well, I think it would too. What worries me is that boat. Like I've seen the videos from the mud skipper.
Yeah.
I've watched them. If y'all want to go check them out, they're on Instagram. Is it just Mud Skipper, isn't it?
I think so. Or Mud Skipper Motors.
Yeah, Mud Skipper Motors or Mud Skipper Mud Motors, something
Yeah.
like that. You can check them out on Instagram. I've watched some of their videos, but what I noticed in a lot of those videos, a lot of the boats that they had them on was like that old John boat down there at the pond we got.
Yeah.
The one the tree fell on. Like that boat, you can just about pick it up and throw it over the fence. It doesn't weigh anything. But that boat's, I think it's a 1436. It's not as wide as yours, but it's super light. So, and that's what I was scared of because that boat you've got out there, I don't know what gauge aluminum that boat is, but it's pretty thick. It's a heavy boat.
Yeah. And
then Pawpaw put that plywood floor in it, to keep from tripping over the ribs in the bottom.
Yeah.
And just add a little bit more weight to it, which you honestly could take out. You could take that plywood out, not hurt anything. But I mean, it's a smooth walking surface, so I mean, why not just leave it in there? But anyway, so that's it. And if somebody's interested in that mud skipper twister, isn't that what it's called? You know what you said? Yeah. How much, if you don't mind, talking about your finances, how much did that full blown kit cost?
That one was like a little under $1,200.
Was it that much?
Yeah.
Golly, I was thinking it was like $500.
That was like just the kit. It was just the kit was like $700.
Shipping's what got you.
That and the motor, yeah.
Oh, you had to pay it. Okay, so the kit is not additional.
No, like you can like go like you're just gonna buy the kit, and they have options down where you like select. The motor
you can
and
add to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the actual kit just comes with the prop and the long tail or the shaft and all that, but you can add the motor
and all that.
Okay,
Stuff, yeah.
so you can go in there and buy just the motor if you wanted to, or just the shaft.
Yeah.
Okay, you can pretty much build it your whole set. They got everything you need. Okay, so you don't have to buy it all at one time.
No.
If you had a little bit of money, you could buy the shaft, and you could go to work and save up some money, and then buy your motor, and then put it all together.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. I know that's one thing I want to, like I got that outboard, and I love it. I like an outboard motor, I always have, but like it seems to be the worst on me during teal season. For whatever reason, they pull this water down so much lower during teal season. During duck season, it'll still be shallow, but it won't be as bad. I don't know why they do that, but they do. So teal season's always really when my motor takes a beating because I drive it when I really probably shouldn't be, but it's way too shallow. I'm turning mud and just letting it eat, but it's pretty rough on it. I gotta change the water pump in mine. I know all that mud it's done sucked up the last couple of weeks. Not to mention that motor's about 3 years old now probably. So, and I hadn't 3 or 4. I hadn't put a water pump in it, which has been peeing pretty good. It's been flowing pretty good. But that stream to me, like when it's idling, seems to be a little weaker than normal. So I think that mud, sand's done just eat that impeller up. So we're gonna have to change that out. But so I know the other day before I went to work, I think it was, I heard I was I was downstairs, and I was getting ready to go to work. I think I was, or maybe I was off. Maybe I just come in from work. I can't remember. But I come in through the back door, through the kitchen. When I come into the dining room, I heard, I said, somebody's blowing a duck call. And it was okayed up there, cranking on a duck call. Remember that a few weeks ago? You were in your room?
Did you walk upstairs?
Yeah, I came upstairs.
Yeah, I remember that. I think you were going to work.
Yeah, I thought I was. You were up there. cranking on a duck call. Cade's getting pretty good on his duck call. He still got he's working at. He's saying he's got a good tone. We got to work on your air control.
I think that was a single read I was on that.
Yeah, that was a single read that day. We got to work on your air control and your mechanics.
What about me?
You really hadn't even started. I mean,
We can practice.
Yeah, well, we can, but right now I'm trying to get my ace, my man who's with me all the time, because it's so much better to have more than one caller, you know. I'm trying to get Cade tuned up. But the one thing Cade's got to get over is, one, he knows how to blow a duck call. He doesn't. I know. He doesn't sound bad. I have hunted with people who are way worse, and he does not sound bad. Cade has this fear. Cade has this fear of not wanting to blow the call. Like when he's with me, he's like, "Oh, Dad's got it." But he's a seasoned enough duck hunter to know 2 callers are more effective than 1.
Yeah.
But he won't blow that call. He's gonna blow this call. He's gonna blow that call this year because I think I'm just gonna pick up the camera sometimes, and if he don't call, he ain't gonna kill squat because Dad's gonna just be running the camera. So we're gonna see. I got to get Cade over that fear. Huh?
I said I bought a new single read.
You bought a new single read. Well, lean up to the microphone, my man. I didn't know you bought a new call. What'd you buy?
The Echo Timber Polycarb.
Oh, all polycarbonate. You already had one of those before, but you had a diamond wood, right?
Diamond wood, yeah.
Had a little slightly different tone than what that one is. That thing right there, for a $20 duck call, that thing right there sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got, on my lanyard over there, I've got a cut down, a Kurt McCullough cut down, and I've got a single reed Coca, that's not a,
That's a...
but Bacote, not a Kokobo, it's a Bacote, single reed timber Echo, and I've got a full acrylic meat hanger double reed, which I bought you a dingle, a dingle. What am I about to say?
double reed.
A double reed meat hanger for Christmas last year.
I want one.
When you get to where you can work a call really good, I'll spend that kind of money on a duck call for you.
How much is it?
That thing was like $140 something.
Oh, then get me something else.
Yeah, we'll work on it. But so you bought like one like this, one like basically
Yeah,
double
but it's a
reed,
single reed.
but
Yeah.
you bought the single reed.
Yeah.
And was that what you were blowing that day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. A double reed sounds great, but a double reed, if you're not careful, you can create bad habits with a double reed because a double reed will make a bad duck caller sound good.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more forgiving. So if your mechanics are wrong on a double reed, it doesn't show as bad. And you pick up that single reed and you'll be wanting to throw it in the garbage because you're like, I don't know how to do this. I thought I could blow a duck call. A single reed will make you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you picked up the single reed. That's a great way to really, really get your mechanics.
Isn't a double reed kind of harder than blow a single reed?
Double reed's a lot easier to blow.
And my goose call, it has a double reed. It's hard.
Yeah, well, that's a goose call. A goose call is hard to blow.
That single reed, the goose call you gave me, it's a lot easier than that double reed.
Yeah. So what I recommend for you to do, record yourself. You need to find some audio of someone else blowing a duck call. And our old buddy Jake from Chasing Green. If you have not watched his video from this pet that he dropped, I think it was Monday evening. If you haven't, where he sat down. He sat down with Johnny Duck Call from Echo. He was at the Echo shop. If you hadn't seen it, you need to watch that. That's a pretty good one. And anyway, Johnny Duck Call, which I talked to him on the phone last year about that Echo breaker I got. And he said he had some audio recordings of other people and what they sound like, and that's what he was trying to get to and to achieve with his duck call. So you need to do that. And then he had that recorded. He'd listen to it, and then he would try to go through the same routine and achieve the same tones with his duck call. He would record himself, and he'd play them back and compare them.
Yeah.
It helped me a lot too. Because I know there at one time, I thought I was like sounding really good on a single reed. And I started recording myself, and I played it, and I was like, oh my God, no, that's terrible. So then I really, I was doing it back and forth to work in the truck, so I really started getting on that single reed, and then I got it. But it was all mechanics and controlling your air.
Yeah.
So you'll get it. You just got to keep trying. But yeah, tonight's podcast was a little short, guys. Like I said, we did not have a topic. It's just me and the boys sitting around shooting the bull. Some things I wanted to know. These questions for y'all, just so you know, this was not like a premeditated. Got a script wrote down. There was the whole questions about Cade's boat and stuff. That was just kind of some stuff that was on my mind. If there's anything he wanted to do or needed to do before season got here to have his boat in a little better hunting shape, or things he wanted to add or take away, so that's good to know. And that's really about all we got for you this week. So hopefully next time you see us, maybe we'll have an actual topic and we can really deep dive into something. But hope y'all enjoyed tonight's podcast. Be sure to give us a follow, leave us a rating. We really appreciate that. And if you have not checked out the YouTube channel, please be sure to head on over to YouTube to Black Belt Waterfowl. Check us out on there. Hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and give us a like if you like the videos. We really appreciate your support on here on this podcast, whether it be on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, as well as on YouTube. Our social media, I am on Instagram at Black Belt Waterfowl. Cade is on Instagram. What is your handle? Cade_O'Brien on Instagram, so you can go follow him on there. He doesn't post a lot of stuff, not very active as far as posting. He's on Instagram a lot looking at stuff, but he doesn't share a lot of stuff. But we're going to work on that. So anyway, we enjoyed it tonight, guys. We hope y'all did too. We appreciate y'all listening, and we will catch y'all on the next one.